going on, everyone? This is the first time that all four of us are back on Goat Talk podcast in a couple of months. It's great to have all four of us back here, and there's not a lot of sports action, but a lot for us to still unpack that's happened over the last couple of days. Spain has been crowned the World Cup champions after their game on Sunday. There's been a lot of turmoil on the ESPN side of things over the last 24 to 48 hours. And there's a little bit of a look ahead to some NFL training camps that have started. And we will not be talking about LeBron James because he has not made any decisions up until this point. And unfortunately, we will have to talk about the 14 win streak of the Boston Red Sox. So lots for us to jump into it. We might as well just start off with the World Cup and Spain winning on Sunday.
Yeah, Chris, you gotta hold on for a little bit till we get to your Red
It's all
Sox.
right.
We'll save
That's
that
fine.
for
That's fine.
last because who wants to talk
I
about
never
it?
thought I'd be here, so I'd never thought I'd be here.
That's
So
true. Um,
Look at us now. Look at us. Look at us now.
I mean, unfortunately, right, Spain dominated that World Cup final. It wasn't really close. I mean, up until what the first half of extra time, Argentina had 0 shots on goal, and Spain had, I think, about 20. Realistically, watching that game, I was rooting for Argentina. Obviously, I want to see Messi get his second. Messi's the GOAT. But realistically, without Argentina's goalie, Spain wins what, 4-0, probably.
oh, at least.
Like he's a hero.
Yeah, yeah. I thought you nailed it on the head, Joey. Like the it was pure outclassed, I guess, especially with the possession game. I Barcelona, I mean, not Barcelona, Jesus. Argentina did have a chance right at the end, and it was like should have been a goal,
Yeah.
which would have just absolutely lit the place up. It would have been insane. But other than those two like scares, like really at the end for Spain, just dominance, and you really never felt like Argentina was ever gonna break through either. So yeah, I mean, kudos to Spain. Well deserved. They dominated all tournament. And it was sad to see probably the end of Messi's international career.
You think he's done?
I think he's done. I mean, it's full. What is it? Another 4 years. He'll be what, 43, 42. So I don't know. It'll. I mean, Ronaldo's what, 40, 41.
I think Ronaldo's 2 or 3 years younger than him.
Yeah, 40 or
No,
41, something like that.
Ronaldo's older.
Is he? I thought it was the
Yeah,
opposite.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
Ronaldo's already
You
40.
wouldn't think that, would you? But he looks.
I
He
always
looks
thought it was
younger.
the opposite.
I
Me
mean,
too.
yeah,
Me
the
me
dude is
too.
built like a Greek fucking god. So like,
But yeah,
uh,
but at the end of the day, Messi's the goat still.
Yeah.
oh
And,
well,
and,
yeah,
and
but
honestly,
No,
going off
for the
topic
half.
real quick, Ronaldo's not done. There's no shot. Next World Cup is in Portugal. There's no way he doesn't play in his home
Is it
country. There's no
actually?
way.
Okay, that made. Okay.
I mean, the next time the World Cup happens, he's going to be 45.
But it's a home country. Like you gotta, like that's gotta be your last one.
Manager.
No, they already have a manager. They already
Oh, can him.
re-signed somebody.
Get him out of here. Who cares?
I'd be interested to see if he would still entertain like the whole Saudi league that he's in and everything like that, or like if he would just strictly. I mean, probably not. I don't think they would let him do that. Just play international because there's just not enough games for you to stay like in top form like that. But yeah, he's gonna be 45. Messi's gonna be 42. It's like I don't know. I really don't know.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
given in this World Cup, jumping back to Spain for a little bit, Spain only let up 1 goal the entire tournament,
Yeah.
and I think that was what, the semis or the quarters? It was against Belgium. They beat Belgium 2-1. So I think that was the semis, right? Which is
Yes.
ridiculous. They gave up 1 goal the entire tournament. And it's not like they didn't play bad teams. Like they played Belgium, they beat Belgium. They tied with Cape Verde or whatever that country is, which we
I
spoke
was gonna
about.
bring that up.
Like they tied
I was
them, which
gonna bring
is
that up.
insane. And then they beat Portugal. They beat France. Like they played these top known countries and they let up one goal the entire tournament. That's insane.
Yeah, in terms of the actual, I'm just looking at it, making sure. In terms of the actual like elimination games wise, you're right. Yeah, yeah, it's ridiculous, Joey. One goal against Belgium the entire like elimination phase, and even like before that, realistically, um, they beat Uruguay, they beat Saudi, they beat. I mean, Cape Verde, they tied. Which to me, I mean, complete side note here, and Chris knows this. Me and Chris and I watched together that Cape Verde game and Argentina game. In my opinion, was the game of the tournament. That was absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
That whole, you remember that though, right, Chris? Right?
Yeah,
That
oh
that
yeah.
was
I mean, there were a few of those like knockout round
I know.
games that you could like. I would say it was either that one or the Argentina Egypt one, and it's just because of how far back Argentina had to crawl. And I mean, yeah, there's a ton of controversy around that game, like as far as like if it was rigged or all the bullshit that happened at the end. But like, and you literally almost saw it in the final. Like that chance that Argentina had the end, arguably, like if anybody else is in front of the net, that's a goal. And you're
Yeah.
headed 1-1 into penalties. Right? Like
Yeah.
that it's the epitome of having a team that just like you can never count out. But I just think in the end, literally, Spain was just so overwhelming. And so, yeah, like I don't necessarily think Argentina really ever found their rhythm to the game. And Spain from the jump was just we're just gonna step on their throats, and they did. I mean, and I'm acting like it didn't go extra time, and Argentina didn't hang in there. But like the goals just didn't come. And obviously Joey, you hit it on the head. There
The
needs to be
shots didn't come.
they need, but
They didn't
with
shoot.
Spain, yeah, he did. Emmy Martinez had like 8 saves in
If we
regular
look at the
time.
shots, it was not close though. Right? For a while, it wasn't. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and so I think he needs a statue next to Messi because that game would have been like literally what Joey said, like 4-0, 5-0, if it wasn't for him. So yeah.
Do you guys think this was the best World Cup ever?
No,
It's the most I ever watched, so I can't compare that. I can't say that personally. I don't watch that much.
I don't think you can say that because there's been other things that have probably happened previously. I mean, I'm not a big soccer fan. I can't. This is probably the most of the World Cup
Football.
I've ever watched. Obviously, it was super cool that it was in the U.S. and I think that made it more important for everyone. So probably for the Americans, yes, I would say was the most meaningful World Cup, but from a holistic standpoint, I would say probably not, only because there's got to be other things that have happened in tournament play and in elimination games that have, like, there wasn't anything in this tournament, unless either of you three disagree, that, like, I thought was like, that was a total shock. Couldn't believe that happened. Like, if Argentina would have lost one of those games and never came back and didn't make it further, I think maybe that would have been it, but I didn't really think there was something. I mean, yes, we all wish US would have gone further, but
We knew it was coming though.
besides
Yeah.
that, I don't really think there was anything in the tournament I heard or saw via social media that people were like, "We can't believe this happened," type of
Yeah.
deal.
I think the only thing that I could personally think of from out this tournament was Germany getting knocked out by Paraguay. I think that was
That
really
was
the only,
very early.
but
Very
besides
early.
that, like that's really the only like upset to say like that really happened. That I
That also feels like a month ago. Like
because
that
it
feels like so
realistically
Yeah,
it
like
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 almost
like it
it
was
was
was.
pretty close,
so
dude.
long ago.
Yeah. It almost was.
That's the scary thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's going fast.
The tournament flew by, but honestly, like, yeah, I watch soccer only realistically the World Cup, but I actually had a lot of fun watching this tournament. Like it
The
was
most
a
fun by
lot of
far.
fun. Yeah. Even when USA wasn't playing.
Yeah.
So I'll say I think it's split between two for me. Um, I think World Cup in Brazil, what was that, 2014? I think it was 2014 was really fucking cool. And South Africa was really fucking cool because that's when like Landon Donovan scored like the game winner to advance to the knockouts. Um, uh, that was another one where Spain won their first World Cup ever. The Dutch team was amazing, but then you have like the Brazil World Cup where the hosts were Brazil and they lost like 7-1
Oh,
like in
yeah.
the first
Yeah.
like knockout. Like that was a big game.
That was Germany,
um
right?
yeah, Germany beat Brazil. It was like 7-1. It was I felt so bad for everybody at the state in the stadium. And then obviously the World Cup previous to this when the GOAT finally became king of the world, right? So
That's my favorite
I
game though. Because that was
I
a
but
great,
I but
amazing game.
I think like the significance I think we're going to be hearing about the impact of this one, especially locally in the United States. I think this tournament has made a lot of fans. Um, Again, soccer is kind of like in that weird season where like football's happening, and I don't think anybody's going to avidly watch like Premier League soccer over NFL football. Like it's even though football is once a week, but like now the
Doesn't matter.
NFL is now the NFL is trying to make it like an everyday thing. Like it's like Thursday, you have some like Saturday game, Sunday. I saw there was going to be like a Wednesday game, and then
First
you
game
have
of the
Monday
year.
Night Football. So it's like I don't think that I think the fan base has grown. I just don't know if people are actually going to go out of the way to watch like they do other sports like football, basketball, hockey, stuff like that.
It's fair.
I mean, who knows? I mean, the hope obviously is, with any sport in growth, like any sport to grow in the U.S. is obviously a positive. Um, but soccer, especially too, like this is kind of like a glimpse of like what we could be. They played great this year, and in my opinion, from everything I'm hearing, again, I'm not a freaking expert in soccer in the U.S., but I'm pretty sure they're a young team, if I'm not mistaken, Chris or Joey.
Mhm.
Are they a young team? They are.
Besides like Tim Ream, yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to be back. My point is too, right? And like
Oh
this
yeah.
should hopefully this should be like a stepping stone in the sense of like not just the national team itself, but like helping to influence younger people and like players to continue doing it as well.
Mhm.
Like that would be awesome. I'm not a big soccer guy, but or football, whatever you want to call it. Regardless, though, I enjoy the fact that sports are becoming a big thing, and because we're all sports guys here, so to me, it's awesome. I love it.
Chris, you brought up something interesting that is kind of we didn't think about as a topic, but I'm curious to get all of your thoughts. You talk about the NFL schedule with closing in on coming into the start of the NFL preseason here in about a month. How do you all feel about the fact of the NFL looking to expand their game schedule throughout the season? Because they now have that, as you said, the Wednesday game, which is the night before Thanksgiving. They play on Thanksgiving. Now they play on Black Friday, and then they play the Saturday of that weekend, and then they play the true Sunday and then Monday. So now you're only going one day without football. Like, do you all think it's becoming too much? Do you think they're suffocating it and taking away from some of the other things around that time of year, such as hockey and college football that's huge on Black Fridays and things like that? Or do you think it's good for the brand?
I personally love it. If I could watch NFL every single day, I would. Um, because obviously that's like the sport I'm most into, I know the most about. If I could watch it every day, I would. I definitely see your point though, where it could be, like a little suffocating to hockey. And then even around like Christmas time, like NBA on Christmas Day was always like the thing growing up. But now you have
Hmm.
NFL on Christmas. And so that's taken away from NBA, that's taken away from
That's
their
such a
ratings.
great poll, Joey. That's such a
Like,
great
because I mean,
point.
I think we could all remember, now
Flip
correct me
that.
if I'm wrong, the best growing up, the best commercial was that Jingle Bells commercial.
Oh,
With
the Nike one.
KD, Derrick
Oh,
Rose, Curry.
Oh yeah.
Like that was the best
Yep.
sports commercial growing up because that was
When
NBA on
LeBron dunked
Christmas
it
Day.
at the end.
Exactly. Yes, LeBron with the
Yeah.
dunk. Because
Okay,
that's what it
that
was
was a
about.
great commercial.
When you come to Christmas Day, you're not thinking about, oh, let's go watch the football game. Like realistically, Christmas Day at nighttime or whatnot, it's like, what basketball game's on? That was always the NBA's day. So NFL kind of just took that over. Hockey, I love hockey, but realistically, I don't get really into hockey until football's over because football suffocates that.
The
I don't,
playoffs.
the only thing I don't really see it kind of suffocating would be college football because I think down south, Midwest, I think they're more into college football than NFL.
yeah.
Some states, not all of them, obviously, that have NFL teams and whatnot, but states that don't have NFL teams and stuff like that, I think college is pretty much their NFL to say. So I don't think it really takes away from that, but long story short, to answer your question, I love it and I would watch NFL every single day.
I think for me, it kind of depends. I haven't really dove into what the matchups or the schedule like what are those expanded schedule games, like what they look like. I think it would just depend. Like if we're just getting a shit ton of like Thursday night football matchups, on I think then the viewership probably isn't going to be affected. If not, it would be worse than like if they were just to keep it to the regular Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. Um, I think it's good because I mean, there's just something about, having your Sunday dedicated to football, right? And like doing it all week. I mean, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. Like it's cool in theory that you don't have to wait like 7 days to watch a team play, but also like football is the most physically demanding sport. So you would have to think too if they are going to go to a more like 5 games a week, like 5 days a week of playing football. Um, like would you entertain maybe like a new like another bye week, like a second bye week for some of these guys, or maybe they add like what is it, 18 games now, 17 games now, or is it
18.
18?
18.
Maybe you add a 19th game and then
No,
you have a second bye,
No,
like there are so many ways that you could go about it, but you
I'm
also
so
have to.
against all that shit.
Oh
isn't
well,
there
no, no,
17?
no,
Isn't there
no, no,
17
I
games,
know.
18 weeks?
Yeah, it's 17 games, 18 weeks, but
Yeah.
still,
Okay. All right.
yeah.
All right.
But would you be, so are you against the 5 days a week of football?
Here's what I'm against. I'm against the two Monday night games. Every time that they do that, I fucking hate that. I hate it
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
whether my team's playing or not, like now I got to watch both. How am I going to watch both?
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah, it's valid.
What I
Pain in
hate
the ass.
the time of year that I don't like now. The Thanksgiving thing is what's bothering me the most. Why are we playing a game Wednesday night? You had everybody looks forward to the 3 game slate on Thanksgiving. That's like been a tradition. To your point, Joey, you made about
Forever.
forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, 2 years ago, they implemented the Black Friday. Okay, fine. But now we're going a Wednesday, 3 on Thursday, one or two on Friday, a couple on Saturday, and then some on Sunday. To the point you made, Chris, now let's say you come to Sunday, everyone looks forward to watching a noon, 4 and 8 kick. Now there's maybe 2 games on at 4 o'clock, and it's the fucking Cardinals and Raiders and Broncos and Giants, and everyone's like, nobody wants to fucking watch that shit
Yeah. Yeah.
as all the other games played during these premier times. Like that's where I argue it. Because like no matter when the Vikings play, I'm watching that. But let's say if the Vikings play at noon on a Sunday and there's only 2 4 o'clock games that I got to pick from, now I'm pissed because I can't watch a good 4 o'clock game. I'm gonna watch
So
it,
Yeah.
like whatever.
yeah. So if I could speak here for a sec, I apologize. But regardless, what I'm trying to say here though is one thing I'm in my thought process, right, is with them spreading these games out throughout the week, like, and they're doing this more and more every season, where like there's games like 4 or 5 days a week at minimum. Would that hurt like the injuries of the league because like they're not going to have as much rest time in between games potentially, like a lot of the time it's going to make scheduling very difficult in my opinion, where like a team plays on Wednesday then they play on Monday, or
It
know what I'm trying
couldn't.
to say there.
It couldn't.
I think it just makes I think it makes it very chaotic in the sense of like you know football is a very
Yeah, but
injury
they
prone
can't
sport
though.
to begin with.
They can't play
What?
Wednesday and Monday because it's the same weeks. The closest they could play is the following Thursday.
I'm just saying, like, with the sense of like them being that spread out, it makes it well. Either they're going to be playing semi close together, like within like 5 4 days, whatever it may be, which in football
Could
is
they
pretty
do
close
Monday,
in my opinion.
Thursday? Could they do Monday, Thursday, or no?
No, same, same
Different.
week.
Well, yeah, you could because
They
it
can
could be
do
a different week.
Thursday and Monday, couldn't
That's a
they?
different. Thursday is the start of it in
Correct.
football terms. Is the start of the week,
Oh,
right?
oh,
So
oh,
I
oh,
mean,
oh,
like if
okay.
you have a Monday night football game,
You
and
could play
especially if
Thursday.
now you're
Yeah,
doing the two fun Monday night football
But
games.
yeah.
my point still stands though, is in the sense like it can very much so shorten. I mean, I hope they wouldn't play a Thursday and a Monday game or a Thursday. You know what I mean? Like, regardless, we'll say.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I don't think you've ever really seen that scheduled. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
But
know, but now it's starting to become more prevalent though. With
Well,
yeah,
the way they're
no,
doing
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
and now they're also playing all these games in different countries, which I think there's also pros and cons to it because obviously the Europe, the London stuff has been going on forever, but now you're in San Juan and Mexico and you're in a bunch of different countries now. They want to play in Australia. I think that
Guangdong
That
Tigers.
that's happening this year.
I think
Australia's week one.
I think those games are better than jamming four NFL games in 5 days in a week. Like
Well,
I'm just a big tradition guy, and I just don't know why we have to like add some of these other games.
so normally you have the NFL season starting on the Thursday, right? And
Yeah,
it's always the Super Bowl champs.
and now
They're
it's starting
hosting the first
Wednesday.
game. Exactly. Now this year, the Super Bowl champs, the Seahawks, are hosting the first game of the year on a Wednesday because the next day, technically for us, it's Thursday night, but realistically, it's Wednesday because the game is in Australia. So technically, it's Wednesday night or Wednesday afternoon, whatever it is, in Australia. But for us, it's actually the Thursday night game, which is crazy. And I think another angle to think about this is like you have a lot of people joining friends, family, whatever it is, because it's quick and easy to set your lineup 1, 2 times a week. But fantasy football, a lot of people
Yeah.
do it because, again, you only got to set your lineup 1, 2 times a week. People aren't going to want to set their lineup every single day like it's fantasy baseball or fancy hockey. I
Oh, that
hate
was the
doing
worst part about
fantasy.
fantasy baseball. That was
Yeah,
the
I
worst
hated
part.
doing it because I had to
Pain in the ass.
like given realistically I check my lineups and everything for NFL every day anyway, but it's just different. It's a complete different approach you got to take.
It feels more of a freaking drag.
Yeah. So I think fantasy football gets affected too.
And also, I think too, like as much as you all love, like everybody loves one sport. Think about it like this: like let's say Thanksgiving is typically like week 12, 13. That week 12 is going to start on Wednesday and end Monday. Like that to me, that's a lot of shit that can happen from Wednesday to Monday. And if your team plays Wednesday, now you got to wait till the following Sunday to play. Like, yeah, there's pros to that, but at the same token, I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, especially like on the fantasy side of thing. I mean, I think it's everybody's come across this problem. You have a decent matchup on the Wednesday for Thanksgiving, like we're talking about now. On the Wednesday, you are just like, I really want to hold off on starting one of my guys for that, and then you have to wait till Sunday and be like, okay, if they're on the injury report, they're questionable. Because when do reports come out? Friday or Saturday?
Usually Friday.
Usually Friday, right? And if your game is on Wednesday, like, and if you decide to sit somebody because, hey, you have somebody that there's a good matchup, but then the injury report doesn't come out until Friday, then you're like, shit, what do I do? And then you have to wait until, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that happens with Thursday night football sometimes, anyways. But now you're adding two potentially. Well, what would it be? Would it be two games on Wednesday night?
No, so it's 5. So it's one Wednesday, 3 on Thanksgiving, 1 on Friday. I just looked it up.
So yeah, like that's a shit ton of games before
And
any of the weekend slate injury reports come out.
if
Like
you think
that's
about
a
it,
lot of decisions.
this year's games alone are big teams that impacted. You got Packers, Rams, Thanksgiving Eve. Then Thanksgiving Day, you got Bears, Lions, Eagles, Cowboys, Chiefs, Bills, and then you have Broncos, Steelers. Like that's a lot of fantasy
Oh,
implications in
yeah.
5 games. That so, and that's the other thing. Let's just say you have Matt Stafford, and he gets hurt on Wednesday after 2 throws. You're fucked on quarterback for Sunday. You're done. Like you're done. Your week's already over, and it's Wednesday, and you haven't even gotten to the main slate yet. It's over. It's like I
Yeah.
don't know. It'll be interesting. Speaking of other things that were over, unfortunately, a lot of people's jobs at ESPN ended, and there's some
What a segue. What a
there's some,
segue.
well, we got to probably wrap up soon. There's some speculation as to why this happened. Who knows what? Obviously, it's never good when anybody loses their job. But curious to see how many more will continue to happen. Ryan Clark, Cam Newton, and I think 2 others got laid off, right?
What
Something like
was
that.
who was the baseball guy?
Oh, Tom Pelissero also got laid off. And
No, there one of the dudes, one of the oh my god, is it Ravitch? Carl Ravitch got laid off,
yes,
didn't he?
yes, he did. He
Yeah.
did. And
He
Joey's
was with ESPN for like 30 years.
33 years, and Joey's shaking his head in happiness because of Cam Newton. Guarantee it.
Nope.
Ryan Clark.
Yep. He sucked.
He was an idiot.
He was
an idiot.
terrible at his job. The fact that he wasn't fired years ago is actually mind-blowing. He actually was so bad.
I
I
love
don't
this.
like him. I
Hey,
cannot. I
send
don't.
it.
I'm.
Send it. Send it. What
I'm
do you
happy
got?
he
Come
got
on.
fired. He's a terrible, terrible reporter. I'm happy about that. I am.
What was he? He was a bad player.
He wasn't anything special. It's the same thing. And I like. Listen, everybody has bad takes. Everybody has good takes. He has some good takes. I'm not going to discredit him, but majority of his takes are terrible. And it's the same thing with Dan Orlovsky. Like, again, he has some terrible takes.
Dano
And as a player, he was garbage. Like,
did get chased by the
Cam
back.
Newton, yeah, Cam Newton had a lot of bad takes, but I always did respect him as a player. So to see his player side was always
I
pretty
lost
cool.
respect for Cam Newton after the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's a bad thing. But I'm happy for my boy Pat McAfee because he's making out like a
Okay,
bad.
so let's talk about that though. Let's talk about that though, because here's the thing. Like this is
You
where
got to pay him somehow.
He's entertaining.
you have to pay him. Understand that, but here's the thing. Sports media. We were talking about this day at work. Sports media has become the epicenter of just what we're doing here, but on TV. It is the same dialogue. If you watch Get Up in the Morning with Greeny and all those guys, and then you put on First Take right after, it's everyone talking about their opinions about the same topics. They just script it differently. It'll be on Get Up, like Vikings quarterback situation, Kyler or JJ. And then it'll go to First Take and it'll be like, rumblings say Kyler is winning over JJ in camp. It's the same thing. And then you go to Fox Sports, and the one show I fucking can't stand is First Things First. I think that show's so bad. I don't like it at all. But even Colin Coward, and I love Colin Coward. I love Colin Coward, which is a hot take. A lot of people don't like him. But it's the same thing. Every sports show you watch is the same topic every morning. It's the same shit every morning. If we were on ESPN, we would get told this is what you have to say, and then four guys would come on 2 hours later and talk about the same thing. It's just it's such a bad model. It's such a bad model.
But I think that's what makes Pat McAfee special is because he's talking about the same topics as everybody else, but the way he goes about it and how entertaining he is while doing it, which makes him
Yeah,
stand out. And same
yeah.
thing, and now he's on College Game Day, which is incredible. That's an incredible crew that they have
Where
on
half
that
his
show.
salary is coming.
Yeah,
Half his salary is coming from college game day,
absolutely.
easily.
Absolutely. But I just think he's one of in this
So,
state like today, I think he's one of the most entertaining to
I mean, if
watch.
you could make $40 million to just show up once a day for 2 hours, it'd be great.
Yeah.
$40 million a year. I mean, it'd be great.
And he was a kicker. That brings me back to my other point with these players becoming analysis and everything. Is like he was a kicker. Like so there's nothing or
But I think a
a
lot
punter
of
to be exact.
programs do that too because I can't stand Jonathan Vilma. Can't stand him on Fox. I think he's horrible. I think he has no creative context. But it's the same thing with all these players. Like I really enjoyed Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson. I really thought that was a great group. But
I love Greg Olson.
Tom
Yeah.
Brady had to get his deal with Fox, and I'm not taking away from Tom Brady. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying I thought the dynamic of those two, of Greg Olson and Kevin Burkhardt, were a lot better than Kevin and Tom. It's growing on me a little bit, but to your point, Joey, a lot of these guys they get these deals because they think they're going to be the greatest thing on a broadcast network since sliced bread, and then you get on there and they're just not it.
I think it was last year, maybe 2 years ago now that I'm pretty sure he was fired. But I actually enjoyed RG3.
Yes,
I thought he was actually really good.
he was laid off. Yes, yeah.
I don't know.
It'll be interesting. Well, Greg, you're gonna have to figure something out because it's time for your bald bet. So I don't know what it's gonna be, but you're gonna have to figure it out.
Why are you like acting like it's I gotta think. Well, I have one. Relax. And it's something we avoided talking about for a while. We haven't actually we didn't talk about today at all. Sal, we avoided it. Talking about the glorious King LeBron James. First of all, I think he's going to be signing. I hope he's going to be signing within the next week. And I hope it's not within the next 2 days because this is when it's going to come out. Having said that, though, where is he going to sign is the question. My prediction, again, this is a very bold one. And if it happens, expect something special from me. I don't know what's going to be it, though. But
I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
Oh,
Cleveland!
no
give me
shot.
LeBron, the Cavaliers coming back, ending his career in Cleveland. I
Thank
would
you for
love that.
Greg. But before we leave and get off, I can't disrespect Chris and his Red Sox win streak.
Oh, I
So
can.
well, that's you also we're gonna end up having a Cleveland Cavaliers LeBron James jersey when we order it for you, and you have to wear it. But
Okay.
anyway, Chris,
Sure.
just real quick, what's going on in Boston?
I don't know. It's really interesting to see uh everything that's kind of come out over the past month since the Red Sox have last pretty much fucking lost the game. Um a lot of rumblings that you're hearing is like obviously with the Alex Cora firing, basically just cleaning house when it comes to the coaches and everything like that. But you also have to remember, even after Cora was fired, there was still a stretch there where like there was no change in record and play style and really anything. Um, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about this recently, and I don't want it to be true, but I do think there is a little bit of truth to this. Um, Notice who's not on the field for the Red Sox during this entire thing: Roman Anthony and Marcelo Mayer. I think Roman is a great hitter. He's one of the best hitting prospect wise in baseball. Um, But there's a lot of stuff going on around him if you look through Boston media, and Boston media will blow anything out of proportion. But something is to be said about how you lose him for the whole year. But it seems like the whole year at this point. And as soon as Marcelo goes down, you bring up the young guys from Worcester, like Siegler, who's been on a tear. You switch around the order a little bit, and I don't know what's clicked necessarily. The starting pitching has been fucking bananas during this stretch. What is Sonny Gray like? Sonny Gray's like what 10-0 in this whole
Good
it's
fucking pitch for the Yankees. That's
yeah, it's ridiculous. And all of this also is without Garrett Crochet.
fine.
It's all about like no Garrett Crochet. There's no Connolly Early, who have been Crochet had a terrible start to the year. Early has been one of your better pitchers, and also without Suarez as well. Um, Ranger Suarez, who has been out for a week or so. They're just finding ways to win. Wilson Contreras has just put this team on his fucking back, hyped up the boys. Caleb Durbin has done a complete 360. Like completely changed his game now. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but like the Red Sox are playing great baseball right now and they're finding ways to win. It's just I'm gonna be interested to see if they'll be able to continue that when their big guys come back, because that can sway a lot of the momentum from the young guys that you're plugging in there right now, like an Anthony Siegler, like uh, I'm trying to think. They have this kid, well, not kid, but Peyton Tolley. Like he's stepped up huge since Crochet's been down. So, and you know, I think credit to Chad Tracy, who came up from Worcester and has found some sort of missing puzzle piece or cracked some sort of code. And I never thought I would be here after the start. That I really don't know where else to go from that, because honestly, the start of the season, you would think that this team would just be the worst team in baseball, and now we're in the wild card spot.
Well, we appreciate that recap, Chris. We lost Greg. Greg's gone, and it's okay.
No, I'm back.
Oh, he's here.
I'm back. I don't know what the hell happened there.
The
I blame Chris talking about the Red Sox for too long.
Yeah, he
Sorry.
had camera malfunctions because he couldn't deal with
Pain
it
in the ass.
But we appreciate everyone for tuning in to this episode of Go Talk. Please continue to like, share, comment, follow, subscribe, all the fun things on all of the social media entities. See if Greg's bald bet hits. Does LeBron James return home? When we're back next week, are the Red Sox still winning? Who else from ESPN has gone? And a whole lot more. We'll see you next week.
Peace.